maybe the biggest stop of the day, the whole 2 days of being at InfoComm. Largest booth with projectors in it is the Epson booth. I was just at the headquarters in California for Epson, so we did a deep dive into the commercial products. So I talked to Chris there.
Yep.
So we don't need to go back into all of that. I would say look at the other YouTube video that we've done more recently. But Chris is going to give us an overview of what we've seen here in the booth, give us a theme kind of concept of what you're trying to show everyone at InfoComm.
Yeah. So we're showcasing how Epson projection, powered by 3-chip 3LCD, is transforming experiences in all modern spaces today. Whether it's immersive applications, architectural design, interactive art, hybrid classrooms, we have all of that here. Right? So we're delivering vivid color, high resolution, versatile installation capabilities, and just real-world solutions all over this booth. So.
Yeah, we just were treated to a nice little solo performance of Cirque du Soleil, big sponsorship. We did an announcement on the website about that with first show and first residency for them in Berlin, in Europe, in Berlin. Sponsoring that, and so I'm assuming Epson projectors are part of that as well.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a big. We're really excited to be part of that team. I mean, they are incredible storytellers, and part of projection is really about empowering artists to tell their story. So that's why we're really excited to be a partner.
Talking about partners, I noticed a lot of different technologies in like the immersive spaces and the mapping and that sort of thing. You want to talk about some of the partnerships you've got lined up in the booth as well?
So one of the biggest partners we have that help us design this booth is Blockhouse Studios. They're out in
Bloomington, Indiana.
Bloomington,
close to my home.
Yeah, so they're really incredible creative artists who are able to take projection, really do things you haven't seen before. We have technologies here that use body tracking and our new Powerlite Ls. I showed you guys that back at our headquarters. But we actually have 3 projectors at 3 different distances shooting onto a print. Very vivid color, you can see it there, and actually body track you and move along with you. So it's a really interactive way to show off the power of Powerlite L.
Well, and as one of the main projector manufacturers here out of 15 or so that we've seen. What do you feel is the commercial experience, the InfoComm crowd's response to what Epson's providing? This is your world. You're in your wheelhouse here, but how's the response been to what you're showing here?
It's been really exciting. I mean, you can take a look at our booth. It's been busy for the last couple of days. I mean, Epson's really a unique solution to creating incredible displays. And I think our combination of our proprietary 3-chip color along with 4K resolution really helps technology get out of the way of the art, right? And that's really what our goal is.
Yeah, I would say that of anything that you couldn't be here, you'd like to see in person, this was one of the stops that, if you couldn't be here, you missed out on it. But we're going to show some shots around the booth, and hopefully it gives people an idea how cool this exhibit has been. So thanks for letting me see it and giving me the overview.
Yeah.
So I'm at the Screen Innovations booth. Great looking hats, by the way. I'm very happy to have this in my collection. I'm gonna have to break it down a little bit, make it look more natural so it doesn't stand up like a conductor hat for me. But excited to see the Black Diamond Fusion ALR screen, which is a Screen Innovation. It's an award winner from Projector Central. Happy to have given you another honor here. Great opportunity to show high ambient light, situation in a trade show. Not the best place for projection.
Definitely not what projection was intended for, but with some of the new technology and the innovation that you can bring to a screen, even in this day and age, you can still get amazing quality, contrast, color, brightness in an unideal high ambient light environment. And the biggest, coolest thing with the new version of Black Diamond is you're not limited in viewing cone like we used to be. We actually doubled it. So instead of a 60 to 70 degree viewing cone, We're all the way out over 100 degrees now. So
Wow.
you can basically see it from anywhere in the room, get the best image without all the glare that you'd see from a flat panel TV.
Yeah, and when I was reading the award entry in the press release, it was all about really starting from scratch and really redesigning and making this work. So what all went into the development of this to make that happen with the viewing?
I mean, it's something that we've been evolving since the beginning. Black Diamond was our first ambient light rejecting surface that we ever launched, and we never stopped developing it. So we've gone from 12 layers down to 9, and we just try to make it as easy to produce and easy to install as possible. We have a new frame design on this now. So instead of trying to snap it around the back and killing your thumbs, it's a new retention system that's very easy to put together. I think this one went together with our guys in under 20 minutes when we were setting up for this show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're hoping to make life easier for everyone out there and give them the best image possible.
Now you've got both residential and commercial represented. You're big at CEDIA, probably bigger booth at CEDIA typically. But here, just so people know, obviously screens are important to us as Projector Central, but you've got shades as well. So that's a big part of what you're presenting.
Yeah, we wanted to show off obviously the newest, greatest technology. We still wanted to showcase some of the motorized options that we still have that are very important to commercial, as well as residential. But yes, we are also expanding our lines, doing things that we have expertise in, like roller shades. But we are expanding our shading lines to help, because the screen, even in an unideal environment, if you can control that light, you're always going to get a better experience.
Yeah, it's a very complementary business world for you with the shades.
So we do have a full complement of both indoor, and we're showing our new outdoor Chaos shades, which has been a big hit. These are high wind rated, so you can actually run right into them without even breaking them out of the tracks. So that's been a fun way to demo that for people.
And last year you won for the Zero G Pro, which is what you're showing here on your exhibit. So
exactly, still a big hit. We've had great feedback from customers, and we really do thank you for the award last year with that one as well.
Well, Britton, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. And it's just getting started for day 2, but hopefully
we're excited.
It's a great show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm at the ViewSonic booth, and I'm at the time of day, it's midday, and the shine on my forehead and my head is probably starting to get a little shiny. But we're talking to Jeff, who was actually a breakfast buddy this morning. We sat down and had breakfast, and I thought we need to stop by and look at our award-winning projector here. It's the LX60 HD, and a little different than maybe some of the other big monster commercial projectors that you see at InfoComm, but a great opportunity for some applications. Maybe give us a little bit of the run through of just generally the specs and then where this might fit in.
Okay, yeah, it's a 1080p smart LED projector, DLP. It's about 630 lumens. You get about 140 inch diagonal, and the beauty of this, it has Google TV built in, so it has the full Google Play Store access. So you can access your favorite streaming apps, whether it's Netflix, YouTube, or anything else. And where it's perfect for is, like you said, unlike the bigger ones that are in this show, what we want to do is showcase something a little different, something interesting here. So say you're a classroom, a teacher, want to show some videos or a movie for your class. It's simple, pops up, autofocus, horizontal, vertical, keystone corrections, also automatic. You could also adjust the corners automatically. So really, it's a quick pop-up projector that has all of your entertainment video needs built into it. Perfect for education, K-12. Obviously not bright enough for the larger installs, but definitely serves a purpose even in this environment and even this type of show.
Conference room opportunities as well.
Yeah, smaller conference room, huddle spaces, things like that. It's also perfect for.
Well, it's a nice aesthetic. It'll fit right in a room. It doesn't look, it looks very stylish for a projector. So very good in the lifestyle. I would see this fitting in the CEDIA channel or at CES and consumer electronics opportunities as well. So really appreciate the overview, Jeff. Anything else we want to talk about in that, or we kind of got it covered?
We're good.
I think we hit it. So
thank you.
Thanks for your time. Great seeing you at breakfast this morning as well.
Great to see you too.
All right, so we're here at the FujiFilm booth at InfoComm on day 2 with Michael, and we're going to talk about a really cool projector that works well in immersive environments, short throw, ultra short throw, right? Standard throw. And I'm really bad with saying these long names with a lot of numbers and digits to them. So I was told that FujiFilm FP is kind of the shortcut, but you can say the full name and not stumble over.
Well, first of all, Jeremy, thanks for being here. This is the new FujiFilm FP ZUH6000. It's our first 4K model of our Z series projector.
Right.
And we're pretty excited about it.
Yeah, and it's got the cool, very distinct lens structure here, which I think is what caught my eye when I kind of joined Projector Central, got really ingrained into the space for the first time in a while, having been more of a smart home guy.
Right.
You see a little bit of the periscope lens, but this really allows a unique installation opportunity. Talk about why that's important.
Yeah, it does. I like to think of this lens as a problem solver, this projector as a problem solver. It has a folding lens that folds 180 degrees one way and rotates 360 degrees the other way. So there's a myriad of positions that you can set it up to project from. You can project from the floor, you can project from the ceiling, you can have it embedded in a wall. The choice is yours. And when you combine that with our industry-leading lens shift, we offer plus or minus 82% vertical, plus or minus 35% horizontal. What we like to say is that this projector allows you to project from spaces and places that no other can. So while naturally immersive entertainment, themed entertainment is an application that we think of because you could just have this lens sticking out. We're standing right in front of our immersive space here at InfoComm where we have 8 of these rigged up and you just have the lens element sticking out. It is so much more than that. It's a problem solver. If you're trying to set up a meeting or a conference room that was never designed with projection in mind, now you have a tool that you can bring in, set it, forget it, and it's going to allow you to transform that space in a way that no other projector can.
Yeah, it's really effective in that space. I looked in there, peeked in, and just to see very little presence of the projector hardware, just the lens kind of popping up, and then you're immersed in a full 360 kind of room where you're just in it, right?
And it gives you so much flexibility with where you position the projector because with that really generous lens shift, you can really go off axis and get really creative with your positioning so you're not dazzling someone in the face if they step too far out of bounds. And that increases that immersive aspect even more, but it prevents you from being taken out of the experience, whether it's themed entertainment, whether it's simulation or training, whether it's architectural modeling. There's so many different applications that you could use it for in a space like this, but I never want to discount it for your classroom or conference room either, because as I said, it's a problem solver.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about demoing our projectors is when I get a group of sales engineers that are speccing this together, there's invariably some old timer that's been doing it for 40 years in the room that sighs. And you turn and say, "What's the matter, Bob?" And he says, "Where the heck was this 20 years ago? It could have saved me a lot of heartburn."
Totally. Well, I know this has been on the editorial calendar as a review unit, and it's been in production and been in development for a while.
Yeah.
What were some of the challenges of getting this thing to market? It's ready now, right? We're good. We're pretty much good to go.
Yeah, it's ready. It's going to start shipping probably late June, early July. And I wouldn't say that there's any challenges per se, just our team's incredible attention to detail, our incredible focus on optical clarity. Fujifilm is often thought of as a film company, and that's true. That's where our heritage started 91 years ago. But it was very shortly after we started making film that we started making optical devices, binoculars, lenses, and other types of optical devices. And that's what we're known for. And we anything that we put our name on, we want to make sure that it is at the leading edge of quality and technology, and that takes time.
Yeah, and I think everyone appreciates that you get it right the first time. Don't rush it, right? So congratulations on getting it here, and I'm sure the show's been going great. Thank you so much.
It's been spectacular, and we're thrilled to be here.
Great talking to you.
Great. Thanks
so
for being here,
much.
Jeremy.
All right,
Appreciate
take
you.
care. Hey, it's day 2 at the Hisense booth at InfoComm 2025. And I'm here with my friend Mark Major, who is one of the few people I'll say his full name because he's not just Mark, he's Mark Major. And he also is one that is not afraid to wear the non-uniform of a trade show exhibit tier or a manufacturer. I love it. I like there's personality here with the Paisleys.
Well, personality, I'll go on personality. That's good for that. And my name's also pretty short. It's only like, what, 9 letters anyway, so that's okay. It makes it easy to say. But besides that, let's not talk about me. Let's talk about the brand new M2 Pro. Right? Just came out. We had a press announcement yesterday. Super product. It's cinema on the move.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can take this product and go from room to room, outdoors. It's designed to be portable. Now, it doesn't have a built-in battery pack, right? You still require power. It's super easy to set up and take from room to room. You can do up to a 200-inch image, anywhere from 65 to 200. It's trichroma, so it's a product that has a triple laser built inside of it, RGB. Wow. So super wide color gamut. Our own proprietary Vita platform, which is a smart platform, super fast, easy to use. Look at this, I can simply just, if I want to shoot it in my ceiling in my bedroom, I can do that. Take it from room to room, nice little handle built inside. Yes, I can still mount it to the ceiling if you wanted to. It's just great. I'm really excited about it. I can see so many applications for a product like this. Bring it with you in a camper, right? Mm-hmm. And just walk outside at nighttime and shoot on the side of your camper if you want. So a lot of applications, super excited. Still has an HDMI input in the back too, so it's advanced. It's an advanced lifestyle product.
Which is an interesting choice at an InfoComm show, a lifestyle product, but I think it shows your diversity of product range in the projector category. Obviously, you're known as the laser projector pioneers, which is the ultra short throw.
Right.
And I would say that's probably going to play in a lot more commercial applications as well as residential. We're going to get to the new commercial projector as well, but maybe do we want to keep on the lifestyle category? One more stop over here.
To the big boy, right? Yes. The C2 Ultra. I mean, this is a different animal altogether. It is a lot brighter. This is somebody probably a little more serious about the picture quality, but they still want that portability, right? I can take it from room to room. I can bring it to a college campus if I wanted to and play video games in my dorm room, even though that's probably a little better for it, but it is a higher quality picture. It's 3,000 lumens versus 1,300, so significantly brighter. But at the heart and soul is still a trichroma process, laser light system, right? RGB. So it's a great product, built-in JBL woofer. Again, auto alignment, auto focus, auto keystoning. The entire lifestyle category, it's about simplicity and performance.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we're talking about projectors that are available now in this lifestyle category.
They're all available now.
So new, but
yes.
Great. Okay.
So the M2 Pro just hit, so that's brand new.
Yes.
Right? The C2 family's been out about 6-7 months at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're going to be new all the way through early next year.
Great. Okay, so we should all be familiar with this product now. It's the award-winning L9Q, one of the great ultra short throw opportunities here, laser projectors. So I could see this being a great fit in the environments that folks at InfoComm are working in.
Well, that's correct. But the great thing about this product is we're really reaching new levels of brightness and contrast out of an ultra short throw that's never been seen before by anybody in the industry. That's really important. So superb picture quality. Yes, it's a trichroma because our whole lineup is, right? Yeah. But now we're looking at 5,000 ANSI lumens. PX3 Pro, which was award-winning last year, and it's still current, goes all the way again right through probably CES next year. Yeah. That's 3,000. So you're almost doubling the brightness of this product and increasing the native contrast from 3,000 to 5,001. Then we improve the sound system because some customers have purchased this, they don't need the sound system, but we also know that some people, this is their main product.
Sure.
So we have a 6.2.2 sound system with UVLA in our product.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an all-in-one unit, and I know everybody forgets about this, but it has an ATSC 3.0 tuner built on board because it is laser TV.
True.
In order to
yeah.
be called a TV, you have to have a tuner built on board. There we go. And even cosmetically, I just think it's stunning. This is the first time I've seen the final production of the cosmetics, and it looks rich. It looks like it's worth what we're asking for, and I know it is because the performance is fabulous.
Yeah, I mean, it's aesthetically, it looks like it fits into the room, even though you want it to kind of blend in.
Right.
It's got the faux wood grain there, which is a really unique touch, and obviously all the nice machine look on the front there. So.
And we're also Pantone certified. We're the first ones out there. So skin tones, quality, accuracy of the coloring. This is now to me, the king in the space for sure.
Absolutely. Well, I know that it's super new and we don't have a lot of detail yet, but we don't want to not mention a truly commercial product at a commercial show. So tell us about that. Is this the first Hisense projector of this style?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. So it's the first one looking to come to market in Q4 this year, as long as everything stays on track, right? It's a single laser versus triple, but it's 7,500 lumens of brightness. So it's super bright, and it has interchangeable lenses. We're going to come to market with 2 different lenses.
Okay.
But everything else after that is still TBD.
Working it out.
Yeah, we are working out. We still have roughly another 4 or 5 months to get everything finalized. I guess that's kind of where we're at right now. But we're demonstrating it. The picture is big and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Very good. And it's interesting to see you go to this direction. When we see you at CES, you're at this massive booth. We can't even find you there because Hisense, as a worldwide brand, is so diverse.
Right.
But even here in a very smaller footprint at InfoComm, you have a very diverse line represented. So I think that just gives you a taste of what Hisense is all about, even just within the projector category.
Right. It's a real core focus for us, for sure. And I know we sell a lot more TVs, but this is more cutting edge, it's like our crown jewel.
Yeah.
It really is important to us, and we take a lot of effort and time producing a product that's going to exceed the consumer's expectations.
Well, thank you so much. Great talking to you as usual, and we'll
see you the next show.
We'll be there for sure. Hey, safe trip back.
You too.
All right, take care. We're at our next stop here at InfoComm 2025, and we're at TEG, which is a little more unique from what we've been seeing today, which is at individual manufacturers. This is actually a distributor, North American distributor, who has some exclusive distribution for projectors, including what Frank's going to tell about right here, the brand called Roly. It's new to me. Fairly new to North America, I guess,
Absolutely.
right? So tell us a little bit about Roly. We're talking 3 LCD. And why is this such a great brand to consider on the commercial side?
Well, first of all, thank you for coming over and doing this. But yeah, so the difference between this is it is a 3 LCD, laser 3 LCD technology. Roly's been around for 27 years. However, they were definitely the OEM manufacturers for other brands. With the change in the market, they decided to introduce the product into North America, and they went through TEG as the exclusive North American distributor for them. So other parts of the world definitely recognize Roly. Asia definitely is well aware of the Roly brand. And Europe has had it for, I would say, several years now, and now it's coming to North America. So we're happy to have them and be able to introduce their technology here.
Right, and we have a few options here available on display, and this is what you're providing, as distributor. Short throws.
So a quick overview. We're here. We have the short throw family here between 4,000 5,000 lumens, and then we have the E series on this side, and then also a fixed install type, more of a little bit bigger brother, so to speak, higher brightness product.
Okay, and applications, opportunities where you see folks coming in at InfoComm. who's looking at these to fill in their line?
Right. So with the change in the market, right, it's no longer your typical just classrooms. Yes, you can put this in the classrooms, but like the ultra short throws are putting more in museums, creating more of an entertainment space, visualization. So this is really where the ultra short throw, or people using them for their home cinemas, home entertainment rooms, is really kind of where this lives in.
Okay.
And then when we start moving away into brighter units, then we're seeing them not only in the museums, but also definitely on the entertainment space. We're using them also with like the golf simulators, other type of simulation tools. And then for rental stagers or event planning, then we move up to the higher brightness on the 8500 lumens. And again, it's kind of a mixed use in those market spaces.
Great. So how's the reception been so far for this relatively new brand to at least the North American audience?
I think it's a surprise. I think everybody's been hearing the standard brands, or they don't know who Roly is, but then they're very surprised at the technology. They've been around for 27 years, right? It's not a new company really in this industry. It's kind of been that company behind the other companies. Yeah. So it's a very good surprise, and I think they're good reception because they're looking something different from just DLP. Now they have an alternative to laser 3 LCD and not just with one other brand.
Yeah, you're typically thinking of one or two different brands that are very notable.
Notable, yeah.
And this is a proven technology, a respected technology, and to have another option for applications like this, that would be a nice welcome, announcement.
And a nice welcome announcement, and then it gives, because of that technology, it also gives them the ability to also take advantage of the color performance and such that it comes with inherent with those technologies.
All right, very good. Well, thank you very much, Frank.
Well,
appreciate your time.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so we're at stop number 2 at the TEG booth. We just told you about how they're the uniquely situation of the distributor for projectors here at InfoComm. Not a manufacturer's booth, but representing 2 really cool brands. The other one here that Tom is going to tell us about is Appotronics. Now, last year, if you watched our video hosted by Rob Saban, you might have learned a little bit about this projector family. Now, Tom's going to give us some background on why Appotronics is really like a veteran technology company and why they've done so well in this category with DLP technology in particular.
Absolutely, yeah. So Appotronics has a very rich history in laser light source design, laser phosphor light source design. About 30 plus years, put in 100 or so patents in that time frame, and really have become one of the world's experts in laser phosphor light source design. So that has got an acronym of ALPD, which is Advanced Laser Phosphor Display. Okay. And they've really just architected the laser light source to be the optimized output of color performance, color management, brightness and efficiency. So much so that companies like Barco have used their laser light sources in some of their lines, like UDX and other manufacturers. Barco also has some cinema products that when using a laser light source, a laser phosphor light source are Appotronics. So they've got that cinema background, which people who know cinema know are very strict rules as it relates to color and colorimetry and so forth.
For sure. Now, when you talked to Rob last year, you basically gave an introduction, a preview of these products that were not quite shipping yet, and they came out first quarter of 2025.
Yeah.
Actually available. Now, what encompasses the line options, individual product options within the line?
Yeah, so we were kind of soft launching last InfoComm, but our Q1 North American launch, happened. Just trying to get everything right as it relates to software and so forth. But these S Pros are the higher brightness category that also have incorporated 4K resolution. So we've got 20,000 lumen option and a 16,000 lumen option. Again, 4K for these that are on display here, but also a WUXGA 2K option available. And just, everything that you would expect from the feature set, with the appropriate inputs. The lenses range from some short throw fixed options through standard lensing up into some long throw options. We're still maturing the lens suite as the product matures, and mild edge blending, full geometric correction and keystone correction. So very, very robust.
So just to kind of wrap up, these are big boys. They're running the gamut from what to what in application opportunities.
Really going to be large venues, some rental staging. You know, we've seen them used in large House of Worship type environments, even at schools and the performing arts venues, things of that nature. So it's been, you know, really a wide verse of both, you know, brightness as well as the 4K resolution.
Great. And so if folks are really interested in expanding their line within the commercial space, want to talk to you about a relationship, how do they go about it with TEG?
They can reach us through our website at transcendgroup.com, or they can reach us at transform@transcendgroup.com. And the full Appotronics line is available at appotronicsusa.com.
Great. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I just had lunch, so don't mind if I'm a little groggy, a little less like peppy as I was with the coffee this morning. But I'm here with my friend, my two first name friend, George Walter.
Right.
You know, we've known each other for years through different iterations of your career, my career.
That's right.
And you're back to where I
Back
first
to
met
DP,
you.
that's right.
Yeah. And so at Digital Projection, we've been used to like some massive, big commercial projectors. We've got another big one here. It's a award winner from Projector Central, but it's also smaller than it used to be. So let's talk about kind of the history of it, why it's so successful, and how this evolution has come to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Titan has actually been a staple in our lineup of projectors for almost 15 years. It started out as a dual lamp projector, and then it migrated to a 4-lamp projector, the Titan Quad. Then we went to laser phosphor, then laser phosphor plus red. And every iteration, it got a little bit brighter, but it also got a little bit bigger. And the projector kind of maxed out at about 40,000, 45,000 lumens, but it was a really big box. And a lot of our customers who had old lamp-based projectors, you know, they were looking for an upgrade. They wanted something brighter, but they just couldn't accommodate that size. So the introduction of the Titan Luma, it's actually 30% smaller than its predecessor with the same performance, 35,000 lumens output. So it's really a continuation or an evolution of the Titan line, but it comes just at the right time.
Now, when you come to the digital projection booth, it's Digital Projection, a Delta company.
Yes.
And I was just curious, what does the Delta parent company provide to digital projection in terms of technology and product development?
Yeah, you know, Delta is one of the largest power supply companies in the world. I mean, they make power supplies from little tiny bricks for computers all the way to, you know, power stations and data centers. And when we talk about trying to make a next generation projector, one of the challenges every projector manufacturer always has is the power supply. It generates a lot of heat, draws a lot of power, and so to make a projector more efficient and smaller, a lot of emphasis on the power supply. So who better to have as a parent than the best power supply company in the world? So they've helped us get a lot more efficient power supply, and as such, you've got a smaller projector that's quieter, generates less heat.
What a great opportunity there. So, I mean, my question was going to be, how do you make something with new technology smaller when everything before that kept getting bigger? Like what pieces have gotten smaller? Was it really just the power supply that enabled
Power
the 30%?
supply is a big part, but again, with the efficiency, because it generates less heat, now we can make the fans a little bit smaller. We can relook at the board design and say, hey, we're less concerned about airflow, so we can tighten things up a little bit. All those little improvements add up. And now what we've resulted in is a 30% reduction in the size. So it is a big deal.
Absolutely. And for the Luma, then, it's so new. It's really not, there's not a lot about it yet out there. So brand new, right? I mean, we're talking like, how's the availability for this in terms of shipping?
Well, we'll start shipping this fall.
Okay.
But typically with a projector this class, the important thing is to go out and get consultants to see it, be aware of it. Customers who have previous projectors, now they can plan, wow, I have a replacement, right? Yeah. So it is important to get it out there and visible and let people see it and touch it a few months before we deliver, so we're right on schedule.
Great. Well, that's awesome. Really great to see it in person. As massive as it seems, didn't know that it's downsized from what it had been, and you do see a lot of big projectors at a show like this, so
Yeah,
I could respect how streamlined that looks versus some of the other.
Well, and it is 35,000 lumens.
Yeah,
You know, it wasn't that long ago, even a 10,000 lumen projector was pretty darn big.
Absolutely, you're right.
So,
Well, George, thank you so much for your time. It was really great to talk to you.
well, thanks as always. Good
All
talking
right.
with you.
So we're at the Sharp booth now, and bear with me, it's toward the end of day 2. I'm only doing 2 days on the show floor, so I can't really complain, but I'm getting a little tired. So if I start stumbling like I just did, that's because it's later in the day. Ryan's here to tell us some things about our first stop at the booth at Sharp, and we're gonna learn about the P series, which is an award winner from Projector Central. So tell us, there's some unique qualities, some features to this projector for the commercial market.
Yeah, I mean, so it's a 7200 lumen 4K UHD projector, right? So there's a lot of that 4K UHD stuff in the home theater space and the lower brightness levels, but there's not so many in the commercial space that's bright enough to overcome the ambient light in, say, boardrooms or higher education classrooms, museums, even golf simulations. So we're excited to have something sort of unique on that commercial side with 4K UHD resolution, which isn't super common yet at that brightness level.
Yeah, and we're seeing it in a situation where you had to mount it up really high. It's a beautiful picture, but we're getting a sampling of. We don't have necessarily the worst lighting here, which most of the show is. Yeah, but you definitely can see how it's holding up pretty well from a distance. There.
It's a fantastic picture. I mean, that's why you would purchase the P721Q. We have WUXGA options in the same sort of category, but you really need to want the higher resolution, super crisp, super clean image. The trade show environment isn't the best. You can't really get super close to it and see those fine details, but it's a stunning picture. Yeah, so we're proud of it. Appreciate the award.
Yeah, now are there lens options? Is it a fixed lens? So it's a situation.
So our P series is our fixed lens projector. Okay. So there's a motorized zoom, focus, and lens shift, which is also sort of unique in that category of product. You'll see manual, but having a motorized zoom, focus, and lens shift is also sort of a unique thing. But yeah, it's a fixed lens, so it's your 1.6 sort of zoom ratio, but it's a fixed lens. Yep.
Right, okay.
Yep.
And I know one of the things we're looking forward to is Brian Nadell, one of our great reviewers, has this projector in hand right now, getting close to being finished writing the review, I think. Yeah. Fingers crossed. Yeah. And so I'm going to be able to help tell the story a little bit more when that comes out. We'll be seeing that soon. So fantastic. Thank you for the overview. Really appreciate it. We're going to do one more stop here, and thanks for your time.
Yep, thanks for stopping.
Okay, so we're at stop number 2 at the Sharp booth, and I'm here with Rich. And Rich is going to tell us about 2 more brand new projectors. They're so new that we're stumbling over the names right now. I'm going to call them A and Z. A and X.
A and X.
They're not even A and Z. They're A and X.
Yes, correct.
But that's not even close to the full name. So why don't you tell me?
Well,
what
correct.
The names
if you're looking at the image through the, in the camera, you're looking at the A175U. That is on the right-hand side. That is a LCD projector. So it's, as we say, there's 3 LCDs in the projector. Very unique in the sense that in this industry, in this space that we're talking, 15,000, 17,000 lumens, most projectors, even if they're laser, still require filters. Okay. This does not require a filter. Mm-hmm. So there's twofold to that. One, that lowers maintenance, of course, but it also lowers dB levels. So it allows us to place it in applications where you don't want that noise level from the projector intruding on the space, the environment. Like if there's microphones in the ceiling, or you don't want that, right? You need it to have a clean sound, so and be noise free, and that's what that's there for.
So in a smaller space, maybe like a corporate, or like a boardroom, or space that you're going to be closer to the projector, you're going to worry about that. Well, also the microphones you said, but
yeah, I mean.
Application. I'm just thinking application.
Well, still, if you're looking at a boardroom, any kind of corporate space, realistically, some education environments depend. And now, if it's a lecture hall, no, we're not worried about it. But a lot of higher education classrooms aren't that large, and you'll still have that relatively close to the student body. So you want to make sure that it's not interfering, so that they can hear the teacher.
Right.
So traditionally, when you have filters, you're pulling a lot more air, so there's a lot noisier product. It's causing that noise in the environment.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, now the other projector up here is a DLP projector.
Yes.
A little different situation.
Little different. So that's the X171Q. Single chip DLP, 4K resolution, whereas the other's wide UXGA.
Yep.
But the other really big thing here is traditionally DLP has always been quote unquote color neutral. It's not real strong when we compare it to an LCD based product. In this case, because we have R and B laser, so red and blue laser, it gives us a much larger color space. So it gives us a more lifelike image that's more closely matched to the LCD projectors.
Okay.
Right.
So I was talking to Ryan earlier about the P series, and we talked about having fixed lenses on those.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that since this is a step up, that you have lens options for.
Yeah, exactly. Very important. The P series is what we consider our entry level.
Okay.
So it does have that fixed zoom lens installed in the projector. It comes with it. When we get into the installation, the high-end installation, there's ultimately 6 different lenses per projector type. So for instance, that A175U has a series of lenses, as well as that X171Q, that has its own series of lenses. That will also have what we consider a snorkel type of lens.
Oh, yeah.
The L-shaped lens. And the reason we're doing that is because of that experiential type of installation. They're usually a longer usage hour, and they need that type of lens to get the projector as close as they can to the system. So that's the big change between entry level and, high-end installation.
I'm glad you told me it was called a snorkel type lens, or if that's your term for it.
That's what I call it.
I call it periscope.
There's periscope or snorkel.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
That's
similar.
gotten very popular with the experiential type.
Correct.
Of rooms,
And so we'll have that with the DLP.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, what do you say, with these out here on display together, can you compare and contrast what applications would be better for which projector technology?
Yeah, that's a really good question. That comes down to what that customer needs. So for instance, I'll start with the 4K. All the displays in here are 4K.
Sure.
So when customers are purchasing 4K product, they don't want, if they're flanking, for instance, the main screen, they don't want two large format displays at 4K and then have to create a presentation in wide UXGA.
Sure.
So this allows them to have one clean, single, presentation that they can create and share it amongst all the screens at one time. That's one of the avenues. The other is if it's a higher usage model. Mm-hmm. So let's say maybe it's rental and staging, maybe it's a more entertainment type of environment, higher usage. So what you say 24/7, we can do that with the DLP. Mm-hmm. With LCD, we don't recommend that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shorter lifespan then on that.
Yeah.
Content use or.
Yeah. Well, content use, but it's running hours over time with LCD has the ability to degrade the liquid crystal panels. So we want to make sure that we use it in the right avenue that's gonna be right for the customer.
And with the resolution differences and different technologies, is there a huge price difference in terms of budgeting for this?
It's relatively $9,000 in price delta between the two, right? But at the same brightness.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a little bit of a premium for that 4K.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, that gives facility folks an idea of what they're getting into.
Right.
If it's worth it to get the high resolution or not.
Yep.
The situation you're talking about. Well, that's great. That's a really good overview. Anything we didn't touch on?
Yeah, very important. From Sharp's standpoint, we are the only manufacturer that has a 5-year standard warranty, which includes the laser module. Typically, everybody has a different, 3 years, may limit the laser modules to 12,000 hours or something. We're 5 years, 20,000 hours on the laser module and the projector. So
that can be
it's
very
pretty lucrative for those customers that want that guarantee.
Yeah, you're putting something up on a ceiling. You don't want to have to do much maintenance on it.
Yeah.
It's up there for 5 years or more. You're good to go.
Exactly.
So, probably a lot more than 5 years.
Yeah, more than. Well, yeah, K through 12, it's that 5 to 7 year.
Okay.
Higher ed, it's going to be a little bit longer than that, but yeah, because the technology isn't changing that drastic that they need to worry so much, as opposed to a few years back.
Sure.
Right.
Well, thanks, Rich. I really appreciate the overview.
Oh, no problem.
It's been
Thanks a
great
lot.
talking to you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks.
Take care. Well, I'm here with Howard at Panasonic, and we had a big launch event yesterday, a big press conference where we talked about a new division, new branding. Maybe we hit on that first, and then we'll talk about the new projector.
Sure. So you all know Panasonic, the Panasonic Projector and Display Company of North America. We're still here, not going anywhere, but we've spun off as a sub-brand called MEVIX. MEVIX is the Media Entertainment Visual Transformation Company, so a little sub-brand focusing more on the themed entertainment and high-end projection that we're known for. So.
And along with that announcement, we have a new projector. It has more lumens, more brightness.
Yeah, we say this one goes to 11, if I can reference that.
Sure.
So we've had our RQ35, which is the one right behind me, for a couple of years now. It's a 30,000 lumen projector. We're introducing our RQ45, which is the 40,000 lumen version. If you look at that box, it looks exactly the same from the outside. It's the same size chassis. It uses the same rigging frame, the same lenses. We have added the SDM slot that we've added to all of our latest projectors. But on the inside, this is a completely new design from the ground up, and it's more modular. So each piece can slide out even while it's in the air. So when you're doing regular scheduled maintenance or, God forbid, that emergency repair, instead of dropping the whole thing to the ground, each piece can pop out quickly, be replaced quickly, because it's all about keeping your event running.
Great, and we're talking about applications, opportunities in large rental and staging, big permanent, multiple projector setups I've seen. So
themed entertainment, theme park, live corporate events, anything rental and staging touches, large scale mapping. If you're mapping buildings, that's exactly what this is designed to do.
Lens options and all that.
Yep, same as all of our, uses all of our 3-chip lenses, so everything from 0.37 to 8.10, 8.1 I think it is, so it goes the whole gamut.
That's awesome.
Actually, we have a new lens on the floor as well. In our 3-chip line, there was one little gap in between lenses that I was always amazed how many projects, so I need to be right there.
Okay.
So this new lens actually fills in that gap. It is now a completely gapless lens suite for these
Very
projectors.
nice.
So.
Anything else that we need to talk about this? Here we go.
Across the booth, there's plenty more to talk about, but as far as the RQ45, no, can't wait to see it everywhere. It's a 40,000 lumen projector to do all the high-end stuff that we're known for.
And for folks who are speccing out jobs or deciding what to order for, to add to their inventory, are we shipping down the road?
This will ship next year at this time.
Okay.
So it's a year out. So
wow, this is a good preview then.
The full preview of the engineering samples. It'll be out fully baked next year at this time.
Very good. Well, thanks, Howard. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We're at the Panasonic booth. I'm with Yann, and we're talking about a new education product. It's a cart, kind of an all-in-one presentation cart called Artome. It's a partner with Artome. And you can tell me more about it, Yann. There's a lot to it integrated here.
Yes, so like you said, we are doing a partnership with Artome beginning of the last of the month. And so this is an all-in-one solution. So we provide the projectors. So inside we have a 7,000 short throw projectors, and Artome is providing the wall card. So we have an all-in-one with the sound system and also our projectors. So this unique setup will be available by the end of August 2025, and it will be dedicated mainly to the higher education application, because we expect the teacher to just come, plug, and play the solution. So they come with the laptop, they just play it with a HDMI cable, and it works easily. And they can use it, you will see, but they can make it flexible. They can use it to different spaces and surfaces, so they can display any presentation and make it more immersive for the students.
Yeah, and so we've got really good sound system built in here. Like when it's turned up, it really sounds good. You've got built-in microphone amplification as well, it looks like.
So we provide the microphone for this card as well, and we have also the buffer, like subwoofer for the speaker. We can adjust easily on the tablet here, or we can do it via the application.
Okay.
So we can just manage these settings easily. Yep.
Great, and this is a great opportunity when you've got a rolling cart, flat panel. It's really kind of dangerous. Like they're easy, you can tilt them over easily.
Yeah, with the student coming and touching the panels, this solution is more easier for the teacher to manage their classroom and make it more flexible as well. If they work the morning on this surface, they can also do different settings, hybrid job on the afternoon.
That's great. Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Great talking to you.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. That's InfoComm 2025 in Orlando. First time back for me in about 6 years. It was a great show. A lot of traffic, great conversations with projector manufacturers and manufacturers of projector screens. Feet are feeling pretty good. I think I made the right shoe choice, but I'm gonna be happy to relax when I get back tonight and have a nice dinner. So great show. Thanks for watching.